can hold my hand, we can play in the graveyard, dream about joining in.
Hello everyone, it is Esther here and welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to be talking about a film that I watched recently, and that film is called Girl. And basically the only reason I really wanted to watch it is because it starred Dominique Swain, who was in Lolita, the 97 version, and I absolutely loved her in that film. Her acting at such a young age was incredible, honestly. She was just amazing and I love her so much. So that's why I decided to watch this film. So this film basically follows a girl who has like straight A's and she's very like good and never like misbehaves or anything or rebels, and then all of a sudden she decides that she has fallen for this band member of a guy who like lives in her town, and she is just in love with him, and she becomes the thing she hates the most, a groupie in quotes, because I think that term is a bit kind of dumb, but yeah, she dislikes these girls quite a lot. She was very much like, I'm not like the other girls, I don't like boys in bands, I don't follow them around, I don't try and get with them, and then all of a sudden that becomes her like main goal in life, which is quite funny. And to be honest, it was kind of weird. It was a little bit cheesy, like absolutely. The fashion was awful, but it's a very old film, I think like 2005, or maybe I'm wrong. Maybe it's like older than that. It might be 90s, either like late 90s, early 2000s, and the hairstyles, the fashion, everything, it was so all over the place. She wore a cow print dress in one of the scenes, and there's this girl who has like, she's like kind of an emo punk girl-ish, and she's in a band, and she just has the worst makeup, the worst hair, the worst outfits. And I know that this isn't really like a proper like nitpick at the film, but it's just like, fashion back then was so awful, and I cannot believe it how bad it was. So I actually do think this film is pretty good for like a teen movie. It's actually like kind of realistic, I guess. It's very, I don't know. It's like kind of stupid, but also like alright. And I think that it could have been much more popular if more people saw it. It was just very sort of under the radar and not many people saw this film. But I actually thought it was kind of decent. Like it was alright, and it had like good representation in some parts. There was a gay character who you don't find out's gay until like the very end, but still it was quite nice. And there's a little bit of like a horrible thing that happens in this film regarding suicide, which is not very nice at all. But I do like that this film didn't shy away from like dark concepts that a lot of teen movies wouldn't have done back then. Like that's just unheard of. And for example, in like, I know this is way like earlier, but in like Heathers, they make fun of suicide quite a lot, and they do the same in The Craft. And honestly, those movies, I do like them. It's just very horrible how they treat the issue of it when it's so serious. Whereas this film was a bit more mature about it, and basically this guy, he wanted to be like Kurt Cobain, so he did everything he did, and then just before his graduation, he ends his own life. And it's horrible, but I'm glad at the same time that this film didn't shy away from that, because it is something that happens to people, especially teenagers, that they have these mental health issues. And yeah, it actually quite surprised me, a lot of the things that happen in this film. One thing I know that will annoy a lot of people is that the whole film has a narration, like all the way through it. There's a lot of it, and honestly, it annoyed me at first, but I kind of got used to it, because it's like her telling her story and like kind of writing a diary, I guess. And like at the end, she's like, a woman, she's grown, she's changed, and I actually quite like the story arc. I'm gonna dive into some spoilers now. I mean, I already did spoil a lot of it, but these are like proper spoilers. Basically, she falls for this guy in the band, she sleeps with him a couple of times, then she just realizes that that's not what she wants anymore, and she definitely grows and changes as a character, and realizes that she's not going to keep forgiving him for being an arse, and she's going to just, you know, what's the word? She's going to pursue her own passions and stuff, which I think is like really nice, because it shows teenage girls that like there's more to life than popularity and boys and dating and friendships, I guess, and that you've got to focus on yourself as well sometimes. That was so cheesy, but yeah, you know what I mean. So, overall, I think this film is actually pretty good. Considering other films that Dominique Swain has been in, we'll get into that later, it was really good. I think that the beginning of Dominique's career was really, really good, and she was in a lot of really good films. She was in Face Off, I haven't seen it, but like apparently it's really, really good, and it's a huge film. She was in Face Off, she was in another film that I'm going to be reviewing tomorrow, which is Tart, and that was a good film as well. But like, yeah, the start of her career was really, really good, and then all of a sudden she was just in the worst sort of films. She was in a film called like Shark Asylum or something. You know, she just does a lot of these like very low key movies, and I don't know if it's because she just doesn't want to be famous, or maybe she can't find jobs, or maybe she just wants to be in small films. I don't know. I have been trying to do some research because I wanted to make a video about it, like a video essay, but you know, I just can't find anything to do with like why she likes being in these small films. But who knows, maybe I'll make a video about it soon. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I will see you guys later. Goodbye.